hip-hop died in 1979. I know, it's a wild claim, and thankfully it's not mine, but I do want to dig into it anyway. Charlie Ahearn, the director of cult classic film Wild Style, was the one who made this claim around 1982 when the film was being made. While Charlie was probably wrong, and you can explain in comments exactly how, it is an interesting idea. The reason for that is hip-hop looked very different in the 70s. It was barely commercial and no records existed. Hip-hop was a youth culture spreading through NYC like wildfire, and it could not be stopped. It was new and exciting. Every other week, trains were getting tagged up with new graffiti, DJs were experimenting with new styles, Emcees were quickly moving from nursery rhymes to elaborate routines, and dancers were pushing each other to breaking point. It was reckless, it was crazy, and it was moving through the streets rapidly. And then it was all taken away. Literally. The Sugar Hill Gang's Rapper's Delight was a song in the hip-hop style, but no one had briefed the culture it was coming. See, it didn't come from the figureheads of Flash, Herc, Bambaataa, Kaz. Well, it kinda did come from Kaz, but that's another story. Rapper's Delight came from Sylvia Robinson, and the first 3 guys she could grab to get on a record. It ripped control away from hip-hop itself, and every DJ and MC was then scrambling to make a record. Suddenly, hip-hop had a hit on its hands, but it wasn't of their own making. So while Rapper's Delight was ready-made for the studio, the transition wasn't so easy for some of the more established players. When Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 made their first record, Super Rapping, you could hear this awkward turn. The interplay between the audience and the MCs was dying, and that freeform feedback kind of performance was closed off. While their performances were about skill, they were also about audience interaction and interplay. The record business took that away and forced them into a similar but distinctly different style. Another clear example of this is Grandmaster Caz in his track Yvette. When he first performed this rap on film, it was for Wild Style. And he later recorded it in 1984 or 85, and the difference between that live performance and what is captured on the record is so stark.
Yo, you know the mic can serve them well. It was me, the L, the A, and the R, and then I slipped away to make a phone call.
To this, of every day it was a move I regret, but I didn't know then, so I called Yvette.
Hello, pretty mama, it's your lover man. She said, baby, come on over as quick as you can. I said, I can't come now. Someone's coming to get me. Then she said, I'm all alone and nobody with me.
And I think this is part of what Charlie means when he said that hip-hop died in 79. So much changed in that year, the entire landscape shifted. Hip-hop could never again be the carefree local youth culture that it was, and it quickly transformed from parties to making records. So it was at this point that hip-hop became a genre of recording first and then playing out later. I would go as far as to say Charlie is right to mourn the loss of that special moment, but it was never going to last forever, and to decry it as the end of hip-hop? Well, that seems a bit premature. Of course, hip-hop has gone on to be bigger than 1982's Charlie Ahearn could have ever envisioned. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't mourn that special moment. And until next time, take care. Anyway, if you did enjoy the video, please subscribe. I'm going to keep uploading these. I've got a bunch of different stories and things that I've learned from early hip hop that I want to share. So this is not the last in this series by any means, but thank you for watching.